seeing the thrill and the excitement and the energy in the students, and the way they collaborate between the college students and the school kids. I think Anveshana has become really a fantastic event for Agastya, and Synopsys is extremely fortunate that to be part of this effort. Like you have heard, we have offices now in many other parts of India. Although Bangalore is probably our biggest location, but we are spread out in Hyderabad, in New Delhi and Noida area, and Anveshana has already started in Hyderabad. Maybe if things work out, we might even go beyond and start something in the Noida region. So you will have a lot more opportunities to probably even interact with your colleagues and your friends in other parts of the country. That's what we want to see. We want to see a lot of collaboration and a force multiplier effect, if you will, between all these great projects. Today, I first like to admit that I was very impressed with the quality of the scientific projects that are on display today. There was a good focus on energy, and sustainability was the theme. I really liked that. I also saw good projects in genetics and biology and all that, which is also very good. And at least one team showed the initiative to grab me and drag me and make them sit on a swing and take a picture while I was swinging, so that some of the water could be pumped out of a bucket into something else. So this was very good, very, very interesting. In terms of Synopsys' interaction with Agastya and carrying on with this Anveshana, it's not like we do it because we just feel like supporting another effort or anything like that. I think this is more symbiotic. I was telling Mr. Thiagarajan earlier today, as a company, we don't like to spread too thin. We focus on maybe 2 or 3 different projects, and then we build long-term sustainable relationship with them. We have friends from Parikrama here today. That has been something that we have been also working with many years, and then with Agastya. And I must thank my colleague Sharath here. He is the one who actually first brought in Agastya into Synopsys, and with his support, we have grown this for many, many years. I'm also very pleased to see Mr. Sitaraman as a judge this year. I think this is just showing you how we are slowly becoming more and more involved from a Synopsys perspective. So great job done, children. I'm really very impressed, and I was telling Ramji that probably one of the next things that we would like to do is, especially those of you who have come from engineering colleges and probably on the way to graduation here in a year or 2, you would probably like to also get some experience of working with the industry. And I think what we can do is, with our reach into the industry, create some internship opportunities for some of you, if you're interested, especially if you're interested in electrical engineering. We do quite a few projects there, and just not Synopsys. Maybe we can talk to some of our other industry partners and see if each of us can pick up 1 or 2. Maybe that will create an opportunity for 40, 50 college graduates here in Bangalore itself to get some opportunity to work with the industry. That could be 3 months, 6 months or something. I think that will be great for your career development as well. So with that, I would like to be able to come here again next year and enjoy the work that you're doing. And please carry it on and enjoy while you're doing it, because at the end of the day, I think one of the displays in fact said so, that they have done it not just to learn something but also to have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To deliver the keynote address, we have with us Dr. V.K. Atre, scientist and former head of DRDO. In that capacity, Dr. Atre also served as the scientific advisor to Raksha Mantri. He is an awardee of the Padma Bhushan by Government of India. Dr. Atre is a patron of Agastya International Foundation and is a constant presence in all our events. Please put your hands together for our keynote speaker, Dr. V.K. Atre.
see a lot of youngsters here who some of them perhaps would become scientists, perhaps some of them would become technologists, and perhaps some of you would immediately grab the offer made by Synopsys, and before he goes, you'll get 2 papers signed from him, so that you'll directly go from here to the factory and start working and become technologists. I will share some views which for some of the school children may be at a slightly different level, but doesn't matter. A few years back, an American writer by name Friedman wrote a book called The Earth is Flat. It's nothing to do with the physical formation of the earth, but something how earth is coming together. One of the things he talked about is that the impact of science and technology and society on society has been amplified unimaginably. He talks about few of the factors which have done this. Why did science and technology become such an important issue? One, he talks about this global economy. The other one is the interconnectivity provided by the World Wide Web. And goes on to conclude that a country which can generate knowledge and somehow use that knowledge to create services and markets, that is products that are not available till today. And this knowledge, irrespective of how much we talk about, finally depends on science and technology. I'm not saying this because I'm a scientist. You look around yourself, you cannot do without science and technology today. Yes, it has some downstream effects, bad effects and all that, but in spite of that, you can't do without science and technology. It's finally science and technology which provides wealth for a country. If a country wants to become rich, rich in the true sense, sustainable richness, and richness from looking at inclusive richness, finally science and technologies has to provide this. So clearly, technology is something which not only provides comforts for us, air conditioners, automobiles, medical equipment, recreational equipment, sports equipment, all those things, but also provides something else which we should remember, which some of you attacked in this project here. In the next 30 to 40 years, the humanity is going to face a lot of problems. First one, as some of you, one of you have done a project, we are going to run short of drinking water. In fact, if we don't do something within the next 10 years, we'll have a problem with drinking water. Then energy. Today, you keep creating energy, but we keep consuming energy. Our great enthusiasm in using electronic gadgets requires more and more energy. You know, you all use World Wide Web when you go to internet. You know how much energy it consumes per year? 1 trillion kilowatt hours of energy. 1 trillion is 10 to the power of 12. And it's increasing. And in trying to produce this energy, we are ruining the environment. Global warming is not something very interesting for science conferences. It is here. We are facing it. Look at the change of weather patterns in the world. You know when we did the first experiment? 1981, when I So we did an experiment called Herd Island experiment. Herd Island is a small island on the west coast of Australia. He put in a, don't worry about what's called a surface of the globe is a phenomenal amount of thermal energy. So the American Association of Engineers, National Academy of Engineering, in 2001 put out 14 what they call grand challenges, which have to be solved if we have to sustain the civilization as we know now. One of them is clearly water, the other is the environment, the energy production, cyber security, healthcare, so on. Something else which we don't really realize. You know, plants require nitrogen. Plants absorb nitrogen and fix nitrogen, and nitrates are very essential. But the way we are releasing nitric oxide into the air, the amount of nitrogen cycle is being interrupted, and the amount of nitrogen that's getting gathered is almost as detrimental as carbon dioxide. So these are all the problems. Why am I talking about these problems? Finally, the Academy of Engineering goes on to say, next 40 to 50 years is going to be dominated by engineers. They have to solve this problem. It's not just science. Science is absolutely essential. Without science, there is no technology. Science drives technology. But in the next 3 to 4 decades, we have to solve many of these problems. Whether cooling the earth. In fact, there are all kinds of crazy ideas which are very good for TV kind of issues. One of them is what's called geoengineering. You know what geoengineering people think about? Very crazy ideas. Crazier the better, perhaps. Going to what is called stratosphere, sprinkling water vapor or ammonia, which reflects sun's rays back and thus reduce the temperature on Earth. Or go in a big plane, take a lot of aluminum foils, distribute the aluminum foils in the stratosphere, which act like reflectors and thus cool the Earth. All these are crazy ideas, no doubt. But we are in very serious trouble if engineers cannot solve the problem. For example, energy. You know what? There are 2 major programs, one in US and one in Japan. They want to build a solar panel of tens of kilometers long beyond the atmosphere, create enough solar energy, because the amount of solar energy which hits the earth is a very small amount of what the solar energy hits the top of the atmosphere. So they want to put the solar panels much above the atmosphere, collect all the energy, convert the energy to microwaves. What are microwaves? These things. These carry microwaves. Convert all the energy to microwaves, beam it to the earth through a radar. And Japanese are trying to build an island to receive this microwave energy and convert the microwave energy back to the electrical energy. All these crazy ideas have come up because our resources are getting smaller and smaller compared with our requirements and population. So in the next 30, 40 years, or till the end of this perhaps century, a country which can produce a lot of scientists come technologists, technologies come engineers is going to dominate the world requirement. This is where I do believe Agastya has started playing a role. Not by building technology. Agastya doesn't build any technology. Agastya doesn't even create science as far as I know. But what Agastya is trying to do is, along with people like Synopsys, get you all involved in looking at what is science and technology and what it could do. So when you use the word sustainability, don't forget it when you go to this hall. It is something which we must follow if our future generations have to survive on this earth. It is not a doomsday saying. In 1972 itself, a group of people called Club of Rome wrote a book called Limits to Growth, where they had predicted what is going to happen. Of course, it took much longer than they had predicted, but it's already happening. So don't think this anveshana others is a few days here, you come and enjoy for 2 days and go away. This is to build the kinds of science and technology that has to be done, and humanity has no choice but to do it. We want to help. We want to trigger you to think about technology. Knowledge by itself is meaningless unless you put to use of something. Technology itself is useless unless you convert to a product, a service, or something which others are ready to pay to buy it. And we hope a large percentage of you youngsters here who are in 9th and 10th grade will think of something. Innovation doesn't necessarily imply you have to become an Einstein or a Copernicus to build something. For example, there was a project here which said we don't want plastics biodegradable. Can you convert something else instead of the plastics and do the kind of mulching, as they call what they would do in farmers? In fact, I was telling that university, the Sarameshwari, why don't you do it in your campus? Why don't you put all the plastic away and do the mulching with the kind of fabric you have developed? So many of the projects which you have, somehow you must change the pattern. I'm going to make a suggestion for you. These two students go away, young students, and next year some other school students come. But the engineering colleges which are participating in this should go back and convince your principals or management that when you keep coming to Anveshana with these new projects, build a stack of these projects. Today somebody did, for example, they did some kind of a fabric. It is not still commercializable in textile. Can the next batch of students take it one step further? Maybe 3 or 4 batches if you do, then maybe there is technology which can be implemented. And we must also try to think differently. If you think that anyway US, America is going to do all the technologies we are going to copy, it would not work. I'll tell you an example. About a year or 2 back, we were trying to build certain...
My experiences with Anveshana and Agastya. This is the 3rd time I'm here. It has been a great experience every time I come here. I have gained more than I have come to display. It is a privilege to come to this place, to be among the chosen ones to participate on this platform. I am indeed grateful to Anveshana, Synopsys, Agastya, BVB College and my school. I complete my 10th standard this year. However, I promise to you to come back during my engineering studies with my own creation to benefit the society in a big way and rock the stage. And to do this, I need the blessing of all of you all present over here. It has been worthy with you. Thank you for being patient. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much, Ignatius. We have a couple of college students as well who give their feedback here. Firstly, Mr. Tarun from Sir MVIT College, Bangalore.
Good evening, esteemed judges, my contemporaries and colleagues from different colleges, and the young students from high school and the other viewers. I think it's been an excellent experience that we've shared in the past 3 days by the platform that was provided to us through Anveshana 2014. And we take back a lot of excellent experiences with us. My own, for example, there have been instances wherein the students with whom I've collaborated have asked me questions that I really didn't know. So I had to go back and do my own research in order to be able to answer their questions. It's given me the experience that would last for a long while in me, because it's given me the right way of thinking in a lot of directions as well. And I think we should be congratulating Agastya for having taken up such an initiative wherein we collaborate with these students and give them a platform to be able to show their talent and to be able to nurture it as well. So I would just like to end by saying that participation is more important than winning. It's not about winning, it's about participating. Not all of us are winners, but in my opinion, all of us have won because we've earned a lot of knowledge here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tarun. Next we have Manasa from Government Engineering College, Hassan.
Good evening. Myself Mansa, Government Engineering College, Hassan. This is the one of the best way to show our knowledge, and it enhances the knowledge of high school students also, and interaction between the engineering students and high school students, and it motivates the students who are from different places. And thank you.
Thank you, Manasa. Next we have Chandan from HMSIT Tumkur.
I would like to thank this platform for incubating the students, school students, and integrating the knowledge of multidiscipline students from various parts of Karnataka. And I would like this to be happen in all over India, so that the multidiscipline students can transfer their knowledge to grow higher and higher. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandan. We have another young friend who wants to give his opinion on the program. He's been coming here for 2 years. His name is Gangadhar and he's from Government High School, Belgaum.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಗಂಗಾಧರ್ ಗುರುಡ್. ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಪ್ರೌಢಶಾಲೆ KSRP ಮಚ್ಚೆ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ నాకు ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಬೀಮ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಸಂದಿತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೀಗ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪಂಪ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಬರ್ಬೋದಂತ. ಅದು ಬಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯದವರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಈಗ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯದವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳ ನೆಲೆಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅನೇಕ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಂಡು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹಾಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ದೇಶದ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಬೇರೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಅಂತ ದೇಶಗಳು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಿಂದಿದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅವರು ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಂಬಳನೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದಂತಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಂದು ಉನ್ನತ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಏರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಲು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಸೆನೆಪ್ಸಸ್ನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ, ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಸಹೋದರ ಸಹೋದರಿಯರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, Gangadhar. Every year, Anveshana is preceded by a round of project reviews to certain colleges. Sambram Institute of Technology, Bangalore, who have been at the previous 2 editions of Anveshana, had an initial project review on 20th February at the college campus by Mr. Ganapati Subramaniam. He suggested that the team members could organize a question-answer interactive session at their campus for children of the school to which their team members belong. Taking his suggestions very seriously, Professor Sridhar Nagaraj and his team organized a Q&A session for over 30 students from 7th, 8th and 9th standard of Sauharda School, Bangalore. These children were encouraged to ask questions and their doubts were clarified. The team has assured us that they will conduct questioning festivals like these as a part of their regular curriculum. This is what we call the spirit of Anveshana. Recognizing this noble initiative, we at Agastya International Foundation and Synopsys are giving out a small recognition to this team, and we call it the spirit of Anveshana. I request Professor Sridhar Nagaraj, Lakshmi Priya and her team to kindly come on stage and receive the small token of our appreciation from Mr. Ganapati Subramaniam, Senior Education Consultant, Agastya International Foundation. Can we have a big round of applause for the team from Sambram College, please?
Sir, we'd like you to speak a few words.
When Professor Subramaniam came to our college, he gave an idea to us that we should call a good number of students from other colleges, other schools, and took the our 2 school students took the initiative of bringing about 30 students to our college, and we organized a question answer session in which over 100 questions were generated by about 30 students. So, would you like to talk? Right. Okay. Our school students are very proud of transmitting whatever they have learnt already to other children in their school. So I thank the management of this Anveshana for providing us an opportunity to do so, and giving us an idea that we should propagate the ideals or the ideas of this particular Anveshana event.
Thank you. That is the spirit of Anveshana.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Great job.
I would now like to call upon Mr. D.R. Sitaraman, Group Director, R&D Solutions.
Companies, in L&T, Siemens, in different companies. And how am I going to really do my job of doing the assessing the different projects that were here? So there was a bit of, I would say, anxiety in me to do a good job. That was the first feeling. Then when I just came in and I saw this, I was remembering the famous movie which many of you may be aware of, The Three Idiots, right? The last scene, I hope most of you would remember. So looking at some of the models that were here, I thought, have we really kind of recreated that last scene here in this small hall? That was the kind of feeling which I got when I kind of took a look around and started doing this job of being the panel members. The theme for this year is building bridges to, the theme of the Anveshana program is basically to build bridges to discover. And I think this particular bridge can be effectively built by the budding engineers and the aspiring students who want to become engineers, technologists, scientists. And I think it's an excellent creation that this is what is going to really help spark the young minds to do their best to get this quest or be inquisitive in nature, develop this curiosity, develop this inquisitiveness. With that, a few words of introduction, I just want to quickly talk about what are the 5 criteria that we had actually used for doing the assessment. So we certainly wanted to give certain weightage for the working models or the working concept. The next criteria was how well the engineering students or the guides have mentored the young children. That was the second criteria which we had. The next criteria which we had was the innovation and originality in the in the experiments or in the projects that the people had displayed. And last but not the least, the presentation was also one of the most important criteria for us to do the assessment. Now, one thing that I would just like to tell you is that the presentation from almost all the students, all the stalls, it was excellent. I don't know at your age, when you're studying, when I was studying, let's say 7th or 8th or 9th, I would have been able to stand in a stall like this and talk to some seniors who are coming in and asking us questions, explaining things. It was an excellent job done. I think this certainly deserves a big round of applause. And in most of these stalls, the models did actually work. It's not that people had to give excuses saying that, sir, this is not there, that's not there, and things are not working. Even in some place where it was not there, something was not available, people were having either the capture of images on the mobile phones or on the computers, and they tried to actually explain it to us. The amount of enthusiasm that was there to show us the working model was very, very high. Okay, so I would certainly like you people to keep it up year on year. That's going to be very, very valuable. We were very, very critical in terms of our assessment on the mentoring aspect. In some places where the students were not able to respond to some of the questions where the principles on which that specific project or that specific model was created, when there was not, when the students are not able to explain well for us, we took the freedom to ask the respective mentors to explain that to the children. We gave a very specific message saying that doing this, helping the young children, the students of 8th or 9th or 7th standard to understand this principle is extremely important. So they had, I think, they did pay a lot of weightage, like what one of the students or the engineering college student talked about. They did go back, they seem to have actually gone back, try to learn and impart the knowledge to them, right? So in that sense, I think the specific year's program certainly met one of the requirements in terms of helping build this bridge to discover, right? I think we should certainly give a round of applause for the enthusiasm. Now, I don't want to keep it too long. I know people are in huge waiting for with huge anxiety, or it's a big suspense in terms of who those winners are. But before I say who the winners are, again, one of the student who talked about on the dais told saying that everybody has won. I do believe that all of you have won. Okay, so you should feel proud that being here as part of the one of the teams of these 40 teams which came to the finals, which came and displayed here, all of you have actually won on different aspects. And as usual, as always, the judging of this kind of, in this kind of environment, it's not always easy. It could be like a one-day match. Maybe you had prepared well, but certain things you were nervous or you were not able to respond. That does not matter. So do not, my first request is, some of you who did not get the prizes, do not feel bad. I once again want to reiterate that all of you have won. Okay, so please go back with a very positive feeling and continue to do certain things which I would like to talk about later. And for those teams which have won, there was quite a bit of unanimous thinking in the panel amongst the jury members. And we had tried to look at the following aspects. We just wanted to have at least one winner from each of the categories. That was certainly one of the criteria which we had kept ourselves. Because we really want to, as I mentioned, all these 42 are good teams. It was hard for us to really choose which is the first one or the second one, right? And we thought it's important for us to, as a part of giving the encouragement, we need to look at which are the different areas in which we had the team in this year, and we will have at least one prize in that particular category. We also wanted to keep some kind of, when we are doing the decision-making process, if there was a tie between a couple of projects, we also wanted to have some kind of a spread of the happy feeling which people go back with by winning the prize, one of the prizes from different areas. So we tried to also keep that in our mind when we took the decision. Okay. Now, before I start doing the announcement, I just want only two things to be included as a part of the good practice which you would like to follow, which I would like all of you to follow in the coming years. The first one is, please keep the spirit of mentorship very, very high. Okay. In some of the places where we have the engineering colleges and in the nearby villages, there is a good shortage of, we know, the the teachers. And if you are a good teacher for the people to learn things for your nearby schools, that's going to have a huge impact. Even though it's only from your college, only 3 or 4 of the participants, or even if there are more than 3 participants who come from the same college, you can try to encourage your other fellow students to take part in this kind of initiative. Irrespective of whether they participate in the Anveshana program or not, teaching is the best way for you to learn yourself. Okay, it's not going to be easy to teach unless you know things yourself well, and if you need to impart that knowledge to somebody who is not going to be at the same level, right? So in that context, doing it, teaching a student who is not of the same level of competence is not very easy. Please strive to do this. It's going to help you. It's going to help the students and of course the community at large. The next thing which I would like to include, is many of these projects which you have done, you may not have considered from different aspects in terms of the efficiency of the project itself. How feasible is the idea? Is it something which is good from the efficiency perspective? It's good for you to find out whether it is cost-wise economical for you to do it. And the third one is the feasibility studies. There may have been a lot of work which may have been done in the past, it may have failed. So please expand your knowledge which is centered around the project work or the experiments that you have done right now. Look for opportunities in terms of where the people have failed if they have done a similar project, and try to include them. They are also the opportunities for you to innovate, because you can come up with areas where they have found a problem and you're able to solve them. Even that is something which is newness or the novelty. So please keep this aspect in your future projects. And last but not the least, I would like to thank the Agastya Foundation for having given me the opportunity to be part of this event. It was a very good experience, and of course my fellow jury members. The last one, just to end my quick overview, practice makes permanent. So whatever you people are doing as a part of this project, I would see it as a practice. This will be permanent. This will actually help you ingrain, reinforce all the concepts that you have learned forever in your lives. Okay? And thank you, students, and thank you, Agastya.
Thank you, sir. Anveshana 2014 had as many as 3,000 children visiting the stalls, and for the second year in running, we had the audience vote for the project that they felt were easy to understand. The team winning the most popular project award is entitled to a cash prize of rupees 10,000. I request the jury members to kindly give this award away. The most popular project award goes to the project title Swing Operated Water Pump, explained by school students Gangadhar and Harish, college students Mahesh and Gyanti. They are from Sheikh College of Engineering and Technology, Belgaum. Can I have the team from Sheikh College of Engineering and Technology, Belgaum come up and collect a cash prize of rupees 10,000, please?
Come on this side. Thank you.
See, you wished and it came good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Fiber mat for agricultural applications to prevent soil erosion and improve fertility, explained by Deepti Rojamani from Deepa Academy of Differently Able, with the college students Naveen CS, Santosh BK and Deepak Bajantri, and who had their guide is Srinivas B. The team from Sir MVIT Bangalore have won the first consolation prize. The children constituting this team are from Deepa Academy for Differently Able. These children are visually impaired. Kindly give a big round of applause for the extra. The consolation prize is Generation of Energy Induced by Vehicular Movement, explained by school students Harish A, Rakshit N from Manasa Gangotri High School, college students Jayant Bapu, Ashwin Kumar, Suhas and Tariq from the college Sri Jayachamrajendra College of Engineering, Mysore. The team from SJCE Mysore, Generation of Energy Induced by Vehicular Movement, they win a cash prize of rupees 5,000.
Congratulations, guys. Sir, thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
The next consolation prize goes to the project titled Modern Automation System for Protection of High Voltage Power Transformer with GSM Technology, explained by Hemanata Ratna from Aryaputra High School, Guntur, mentored by Darshini C, Anusha K and Pooja HK from Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Guntur. The team from Sridevi Institute of Engineering and Technology, Guntur. Kindly keep the applause going.
Ready, sir. Thank you.
The next consolation prize goes to the project titled Pedal Operated Solar Pump, explained by Girish P, Darshan N Kamble from GHPS Bhadravati, mentored by Somashekar NN, Chetan Kumar G, Bharat Kumar Nayak BC from JNNCE Shimoga. The team from JNNCE Shimoga with the project Pedal Operated Solar Pump, winning a cash prize of rupees 5,000. The next consolation prize goes to the project titled Shipping Container Eco Home Environmental and Economical Benefits, explained by Bhagyashree Nimble, Anagha Tansali with college students Pavan R. Nimble, Naveen Kattavi, Sumit Vidari and Deepesh Gunwal from Dr. P.G. Halakati College of Engineering and Technology, Bijapur. The team from Dr. P.G. Halakati College of Engineering and Technology, Bijapur.
Here is a little, I asked this team doing this container-based housing, I found that there are probably some materials that can be substituted and made more natural. So I gave them an exercise in the morning. Please substitute, find out what are the ones that are substitutable by more natural material and give me your scheme by the evening, by the time the prize distribution comes. And they did it. So excellent, congratulations for that too. Improvement cycle will be fast.
The final consolation prize goes to project titled Water Produced from Air, explained by Sandesh S and Rakesh S from GHS Mysore, mentored by Karthik S, Akash Jain, Mayur Verma RV and Nishant KJ from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore. The team from Maharaja Institute of Technology, Mysore with the project titled Water Produced from Air. They receive a cash prize of rupees 5,000. Thank you, sir. I thank Dr. Pradeep Datta for this. So, Anveshana 2014, carrying a cash of rupees 10,000 is backed by the project titled Use of fenugreek seed and turmeric rhizome in diet as hypolipidemic supplements, explained by Harshit MM and Swarupa N from GHS Assam, mentored by Begre N Suman and Shailesh P from Veterinary College Assam. Kindly put your hands together for the team from Veterinary College Assam who have won the 5th prize, carrying a cash of rupees 10,000 rupees. The 4th prize, carrying a cash award of rupees 15,000, is backed by the project titled Design of Hydraulically or Pneumatically Controlled Hand Gloves for a Paralyzed Person to Reduce Spasticity, explained by Swaroop G.S., Siddharanga High School, Tumkur, and Niranjan Sharma from Maruti Vidya Kendra, Tumkur, mentored by Chandan, Kiran, Sunil, and Burhan Pasha, with their mentor Dr. Vijaya Vitala C.B. from HMS Institute of Technology, Tumkur. Kindly put your hands together for the team from HMS IT who have won the 4th prize.
Ready?
Chandan, would you explain what you decided to do over there in the mic?
To utilize the technology which the stall which is behind us, beside us. They have used some mind reading techniques, that means some electrical impulse reading technique. So we are decided to use that technique for incorporating the finger movements of our gloves. That means if we say one, the one finger has to move like this, like that. So we have decided to incorporate that technique for handling the hand gloves of our Corona team. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chandan. The team winning the 3rd prize, carrying a cash award of rupees 20,000, is the project titled Optimal Utilization of Available Solar Energy, explained by Shoaib Pasha and Babu Salim from Ramaya High School, mentored by Balachandra M. Hegde, B. Sani Arogya Sami, Pavan Ramakrishna Mandi from MS Ramaya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Kindly put your hands together for the team from MSRIT Bangalore, winning a cash prize of rupees 20,000.
Sir?
The second prize, carrying a cash award of rupees 25,000, goes to the team with the project Smart Highway Integrated Energy Production, explained by Mohammad Fazil, Suhail Sharif, mentored by Mohammad Aminul Hassan, Mohammad Ali Mohyuddin, whose mentor is Dr. Vijaya Vitala, once again from HMS IT Tumkur. The team from HMS IT for the 2nd time today are winning the prize, a cash award of rupees 25,000. Thank you, sir. To give away the rolling trophy of Anveshana 2014 and the cash prize of 30,000 rupees, we have amidst us today Mr. Nitish Satyanarayanan and Shreyas Udupi, who are the winners of Anveshana 2012. I request them to come on stage to please hand over the rolling trophy to the winning team. Nitish and Shreyas, please come on stage. They are the winners of the very first edition of Anveshana. Nitish or Shreyas can come and say a few words now. Your experience. Come, Shreyas.
What was happening in the last 2 years? Tell us.
Good morning, good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be here again after 2 years. 2 years back we were in the same stalls, and it was a totally different feeling altogether. So here I am today. I am out of college and I'm working for a corporate firm now. I'm coming back here. It gives me this feeling. I need to give back something to the society, which I haven't been doing since the 2 years. I've been concentrating more on the career side. So once I was here, a lot of technologies together, and then there are a lot of concepts, and teaching the students what actually technology is and giving the engineering part of it to, school students, they would understand how a circuit works. That was never there when I was in school. So only I had was what was V is equal to I, that was the only thing which was taught in school. So now people understand what is a Arduino board, and recently I have come across this Raspberry Pi. So that is a brilliant device, to teach, to take back school children to all to the basics. What people teach to school children these days is Microsoft Word, Excel, those kind of stuffs in computers. Well, that is a package software. What Raspberry Pi has got into the society is it gets back them this anxiety, to build something from the basics. So you join everything, you fix everything, and you build something out of it. That is where the education has to go, that direction. So as I was not spending enough time for the society and to do all this, so I was in my free time, I was coming up with this whole schedule, for school students to get this Raspberry Pi. It's a 3,000 rupees device. Most of you might have known. Most of you might know about this. So it's just rupees 3,000. It's as good as a computer. It's as good as a Pentium 3 with a 700 megahertz processor and ARM chip there, and it has everything possible. We have to just integrate this with the TV, and then you have a computer with you. So it is so easy to carry to every part of the world. Everybody has a TV. So just a PAL connector, connect to this, and you have a computer. You can teach the kids. You can teach them programming, you can teach them hardware integration. So I was just coming up with this, whole kind of schedule so that we can take it to the children everywhere, and then, we can impart the education right way. Instead of to, show this to Agastya as well, give you some presentation sometime so that we can take this ahead. So this platform has given me this kind of, ideas and thoughts, ways to give it back to society. So that is what I've taken back from here 2 years back, and within a year or so, I would surely like to come up with it. Thanks a lot.
Hi, this is Nitish. Like always, Shreyas does all the brain work and I do only the talking. So he's taking most of the time now, so he's taking his revenge, so I'll take only 2 minutes. What Anveshana has given me, we had an interaction day before, but I've always been introduced as the first place winner, etc., etc. But I would have still been here even if I hadn't won the first place, or even, for that matter, I wouldn't have won any place at all. For me, winning the first place was only one part of it, or probably doesn't even list in my top 10 reasons to be here. The main reason why I'm here is this event transformed my life. This event changed the way how I looked at life. To give a very brief example, I've heard about the challenges being faced in our country, the socio-economic challenges, but I'd only heard it from a lot of people. I'd read them in blogs, and I had my own imagination. I'd never seen it ground zero. So when I started teaching the kids, that's when I had the opportunity to see the whole problem right in front of my eyes. And then my belief or my assumption about the problems just came down like the World Trade Center. So everything just crashed with no time. And that's when I realized, oh my God, there are literally 2 different countries within India. One where everybody is eligible or accessible to every technology, and there's one set of population who don't have anything. And that's when I decided, I'm not saying I've done a lot of things in the last 2 years, but I've been rather to call myself as, I'm rather here from the Agastya family rather than an outsider. So I'm part of the Agastya. I'm proud to say I'm a volunteer at Agastya, and I constantly visit Agastya, if not on a weekly basis, or at least on a monthly basis. The effort what I've taken may not be as really big as it should, but then if I were to emulate the small squirrels help during building the bridge during Ramayana, I'm sure a little help like that will take this country in right directions. Thank you.
The first prize for Anveshana 2014, carrying a cash award of rupees 30,000 and the rolling trophy, goes to Ocean Wave Energy Extractor, explained by Nikita M and Anjali Singh, mentored by Lakshmi Priya, Rahul Singh, Chetan DV from Sambram Institute of Technology, Bangalore, who had their guide as Professor Sridhar Nagaraj. I request even Professor Sridhar Nagaraj to kindly come on stage, please. Can we have a louder round of applause for the winners, please? Keep the applause going, please. We can have a louder round of applause, I think. I request Shreyas and Nitish to hand over the rolling trophy also.
We have to sit.
I request the dignitaries also to join the winning team for the photograph, please.
Thank you.
Of experience in the engineering field. Now I would like to speak from the visitor's point of view, because the one side is the exhibition and the talent shown from the engineering college students and as well explained by the school students as they understood at the such young level, and then they have done their best to their capacity of understanding and to the capacity of mentors tutoring them. I think the mentors have done a fantastic job for tutoring these children from various schools and various setups, sir. And the children have also shown a lot of enthusiasm for seeking the visitor and telling them the way they should be told. So most of the, out of the 40 and odd the exhibits, most of them are very good and conceptual. Most of them can be taken as a project by high industrialists in all over the country and make it viable. The concepts are very good, the models are, most of them are good. But I don't want to single out anything, so I am very happy about everything and explain. And these children should keep on, more children should come to this exhibition. So one way of making the exhibition for the children to be aware is through the newspaper. I have now read the last 3 days newspaper, nothing has been mentioned about this. So in Times of India or Deccan Herald or Hindu or leading paper, if you put in the general column, more school students will come and it's beneficial for it. In our school days, we did not have anything except on science lab. Now this has gone leaps and bounds, and India has become a real power in the education and also in the knowledge, and there is nothing, sky is the limit for India. I can see most of the products produced in India after 1994 or recently. I have been to every exhibition in BIEL or in engineering exhibitions, 9 to 10 I have seen. They are all excellent. Indian production is very good. Indian manufacturers are very good. People are very good. So one need not go to foreign and settle there, not at all necessary. The brain is here. They work for our country and the pride is here. The children are here. There can be many, many more C.V. Ramans and other people like that. Everybody is everybody got a brilliant brain. Only the actors will be harnessed and they should think of doing the job. They can do it. They will do it. All the best for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'll keep your suggestions in mind. We have a member from the winning team, Vinod from Sambram College, who would like to say a few words.
Very good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. To say in the 2012 edition of this anveshana. I was a participant over here, and I won a consolation over there. And now I am the faculty member of the same college, and like my team and everyone are winning. So, and this is like consecutively 3 times we are winning a prize. So I would like to share this thing to everyone. And one more thing, if someone is nearby to Elanka, Hebbal, anywhere over there, can just have a visit to our college. We have many such projects in our college, so that even will be very helpful to teach the school students about technology and upgrade their knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. I request Sri Sharad Kaul, Senior Executive Account Manager, Synopsys India, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a good time. Because the most important thing is to have fun and take away a positive experience out of this. So my responsibility today is to give the vote of thanks, but before doing that, I wanted to make a few announcements that you probably would be interested in. First of all, I'm listening to the students from the past Anveshanas, 2012, 2013, 2014, and also their experiences that they shared is magical. I can't tell you how heartening it is for everybody on the dais to hear that an event like this can actually transform your life. Transforming lives, all because you participate in an event like this. So at the onset, I think we went through 150 schools and colleges, of which 42 were shortlisted. All of you were winners. So you all deserve a round of applause and congratulations because you made it this far and you persevered. So Anveshana, the name came about because of bridges. So Synopsys was already doing a science fair for children called Disha. And we partnered with Agastya, which had intended to do a science fair for engineering colleges. So that was when the first bridge was born, and bridging the gap between the engineering students and the school children. But we're not done yet, and we've taken the feedback from the previous years, and we want to build a bridge in the front of Anveshana and at the back of Anveshana. What do I mean by that? On the back of Anveshana, the feedback that we have is that what's next after you won the prize? What's next after you graduated from school? What's next after you participated? Well, what we're going to try to do from next year, and more details will be released soon, is we're going to try to see if we can build an alumni amongst Anveshana members. So to do that, we're going to kick off a project where we build a community. So stay tuned. We have your email addresses, we have your contact details, and we hope to build a portal on the Anveshana website where you can log in and we build this community. Through this community, we want to reach out to all of you and build an alumni where we meet once a year. And from there, build an incubation. Now, what does incubation mean exactly? Incubation means you all have done such a fabulous job bringing these ideas in a hands-on practical experiment. However, taking it to commercialization, understanding the dollars and cents, the payback, the profitability, is something that we can help you with. So the intent behind the incubation is to be able to see how we can take these brilliant experiments from these previous years, get our arms around it and see how we can take it to commercialization and see how your innovation can be taken to market. So and then on the front end of Anveshana, what we hope to do a better job of is getting more involved as you're doing the projects. So what does that mean? It was absolutely fantastic to hear how one of the schools actually did the Q&A session we need to do more of that for the qualifying round. But what we plan to do also for the shortlisted is also go and do a next round of QA, which means you would be put in front of a panel of experts before Anveshana, and you will have an opportunity to defend it in advance, as opposed to doing it here at the event. So I just wanted to see a show of hands. All of the school children here, can you please raise your hand? Just the school children, not the college, the school children. Everybody, high up. Okay, now, everyone keep your hands up. Out of these school children, how many of you plan to go to college? Did anyone put their hand down? Good, okay. Why do I ask this? The situation in the country is a big problem. Out of 100 students in school, did you know that only 15 make it to college? You all are the privileged few who have made it to this stage. It doesn't stop here, like we've talked about. It's not just these 2 days. You have to reach out to your friends, your colleagues, your batchmates, other schools. Instill that passion in them and work towards improving the dropout rates from our schools. 15% is unacceptable for a world power. Please, don't stop here. Reach out to your friends and see what you can do to make a difference. Invite more people for Anveshana. Invite them for more science fairs. Get more people involved. We need to understand and fix this serious problem. What's the opportunity? Dr. Atre eloquently said that the internet requires 1 trillion kilowatt hours of power. So I'm a sales and marketing guy, so the first thing I did is multiply that by 6 rupees a unit. And it comes out to an astronomical figure of 60,000 crore rupees. 1% of 60,000 crore is a big amount. So if you can figure out how we can save power to fuel the internet, you're solving a very, very, very big problem. 60,000 crores is a huge number. It's just something to think about the impact that you all can deliver if you put your minds to it. So now on to the vote of thanks. I want to first of all start from the most important, and that's the children. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for making it happen. Thank you for coming again. Please come again in the future. Please inform your friends. Thank you for the college students. Without your mentorship, without giving that light to these children, you're making a difference in these children's lives. You are one of the reasons, you are one of the catalysts why they may not drop out of school. So you you deserve a big pat on your back and a big thank you on behalf of the country that you're doing this service. The organizers of Agastya, they absolutely have done a phenomenal job. So all the distinguished members of the dais, thank you so much. Tiago, Ramji, Pradeep, Dr. Atre, Dr. Vasagam, DRS, Gannu, Dr. Malashri, thank you so much. One person I want to particularly point out whose efforts go unnoticed, tirelessly. The toughest challenges he's given and he delivers it with a smile, with confidence, with energy and passion, and that's Suresh and Hamsa. So I want to recognize Suresh and Hamsa for their efforts. Suresh, please come on. Everyone give a big round of applause for Suresh. He's the genius behind this. The one-man wrecking crew. Thank you very much, Agastya Foundation. What you're doing to this country is, you cannot even say it in words. And we're just a small, tiny, tiny, tiny speck of what Agastya actually is doing for this country. So thank you, Agastya. Thank you, Synopsis also. Thank my company I work for. And I hope everyone had a good time. We're going to use that website as also a medium to collect feedback. So please don't let your voices be heard. We are very much interested in your feedback, what went right, what didn't go well, and areas for improvement. And year over year, we'll make this event better and better and stronger and stronger. So thank you all once again, and have a great evening.
Thank you, sir. The dignitaries in the dais have taken time off their schedules to be here today. As a token of our appreciation, I request Mr. Ramji Raghavan, Chairman, Agastya International Foundation, to present them with a memento. Dr. V.K. Atre, Scientist and former head of DRDO. Dr. Pradeep Datta, Dr. Pradeep Datta, Corporate Vice President and Managing Director, Synopsis India. Dr. Malashri Agrahari, who is a member of the jury. She's an adjunct professor at the Department of Physiology and Pharmacy, University of Calgary, Canada. Mr. Ganapati Subramanian, Senior Education Consultant, Agastya International Foundation. Shri Sharad Kaur, Senior Executive Account Manager, Synopsis India. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the contribution of a few head of the departments from colleges that we have visited during the Anveshana. Dr. H.G. Nagendra, Head, Department of Biotechnology, Sir and VIT. Dr. H.G. Nagendra. Dr. Govindappa, Head, Department of Biotechnology, SIET, Tumkur. Dr. Govindappa. I'm sorry, he's not here. Dr. Vijay Vitala, Dean, R&D, HMSIT, Tumkur. Thank you so much, sir, for your support. We really appreciate it. Professor Sridhar Nagaraj, Mechanical Department. Dr. Hemant Gowda K. from Veterinary College, Hassan.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Professor Veeranna D.K., Mechanical Department, Sheikh College of Engineering and Technology. Mr. Harish from Department of Electronics and Communication, SIET, Tumkur. Mr. Harish. Thank you so much. We look forward to your support in the coming years as well. We have amongst us senior members of Agastya International Foundation. I would also like to acknowledge your presence. Mr. Mahavir, Managing Trustee, Agastya International Foundation. Mr. Sai Chandrasekhar, Operations Head, Agastya International Foundation. Mr. Ajit Basu, Chief Program Executive, Agastya International Foundation. And Mr. Ram Durai, Advisor, Agastya International Foundation. I would also like to point out Kuppam campus. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all the organizers very hard. Thank you so much, all the volunteers of Agastya. You deserve a big round of applause. I also would like to acknowledge our sponsors today. Visveshwaraya Technological University, Akshay Patra Foundation, Prism Scientific and Teaching Aid Sports, Institution of Engineers, Karnataka State Center, and the Sarva Siksha Abhiyan. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With this, we come to an end of the bi-weekly program of Anveshana 2014. Good evening and hope to see you next year.
Suddenly did a great job of MC, didn't she?
ಸುನೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಬಾ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಗಿರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು Absolutely. Just make sure. It's a good idea. Just make sure Pradeep finds us. Yeah, sure.
All the winners are requested to be in their respective stalls. Please, we will come to your stalls. All the winners can be in the stalls. We will be coming to your stalls. I repeat, winners of Anveshana 2014, all the 11 prize winners, kindly remain in your stalls. We will be visiting you.
We don't care about what it.
Yeah. Any bingo, any value or no?
Blog, I don't know what. We need to get all those people.
Sure. He's coming here in June. He's got some ideas.
And then we need to have a way to communicate to them.
He got you.
I want to tell them, you need to see your business plan, abstract, bioscope, you should go to all of them. Yeah, and then we can also
Fabulous.
use them as our, this is for the alumni. Yeah, this is the alumni, we want to create the alumni.
Now let's work on him to get you some.
That's when we also will talk about innovation, professionalization, helping them with their business plan, helping them with the P&L, cash flow.
Anything you want to do in Agastya, Minkwana, it's a no-brainer. Sure. No-brainer. I thought you wanted to go to... That's why I didn't even go. We need... When you suggested Minko, also we need somebody interacting with the Ministry of Education there. I know a lot of people. Yeah, no problem. Come up with a proposal.
I should
we'll do.
I'm so glad you made it. I didn't see you yesterday.
No, I can't do it. Yeah.
Good. First time. Every year. Experience is better.
What pleasure.
He's a good guy. Work on him. Because the guy has taken this Ming Ho from the National University of Singapore. He and I were speakers at this San Petroda conference in Delhi. He was sitting next to me. And then I said, hey Ming, you've got some good ideas.
All the winners, please go to your respective stalls. We will be coming in about 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
He said, I'll come.
All the winners, occupy your stalls.
He's a good, I like his attitude.
Please go to your respective stalls.
In fact, fact, you gave me ideas. If you're good at that, that's what I need. Because that is the...
What grievances will be addressed in your stall?
We don't laziness, but that fire needs a little bit of energy and push.
ಏನು ಮುಗಿತಾ ಬಂತು
The only medal I want is chasing girls. That's all I want.
You can't let this go. Find this. This is not even the beginning. What do you do with it?
Yes. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well done. I was wondering who's this man with the hat? Bring Dr. Atre, come. Hey, move this to the side a bit.
ಚೂರು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ No, little back.
ಬನ್ನಿ ಬನ್ನಿಯಪ್ಪ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್
But the children should not be covered.
ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬಂದಿಯಾರನಪ್ಪ
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, where are they? You tell him.
They already talk and
You tell him. You tell him. He wants to know. Go tell him. Go.
Come.
What you just told me, you tell him.
Sir, Ramji sir.
Ah, come.
With us.
No, we will do something.
You just go ahead. 15 days is very short.
And then we'll also try to do that. The second
And
one
where you're located in Hubli, right?
Tumkur.
No, sir. It's very far.
How do you feel? Saying, ask him in Kannada how he feels.
Cycle or not
Tumba ಖುಷಿ.
ಏನು ಕಲ್ತೆ ನೀನು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು
Ask him what he is going to do with the money.
ಈಗ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇ ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ನೀನು ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ
ನಾನು ಓದೋದು
ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ
You just want to enjoy. You play some sports, football, cricket.
ಅದು ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೊಂಡು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಐಟಮ್ ತಗೋತೀಯಾ ಫುಟ್ಬಾಲು ಬ್ಯಾಟು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್
I need some money. You lend me the money.
ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬಂದು
Don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir,
How are you? Well done. You got a prize, is it?
Yes, sir.
Come, Doctor. Sir.
Thank you.
One more.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. You did. Spoke very well.
ಹಿಂದೆ ಬರೋಣ ಹಾಂ ಸರ್
Congratulations, Rob. Good job. Come again next year. Okay, sir. So you'll come next year? Sure.
ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ನಾ ಹಲೋ
He is antenna specialist. So he actually, any part you can actually connect wires.
Okay, can take the additional part is
Father name? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾದರ್ ನೇಮ್ signature. Third year. Yeah, sure. Which first prize? You try your best. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಸರಿ ಫುಲ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಫಾದರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮೆಟಿಕ್ ನನಗೇನು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟರ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದ ಭಾಳ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗದಿಂದ
Ready?
One or two or three back up. One little.
ಕವರ್ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಿ
ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಗೊತ್ತೀಯಾ
ಕವರ್ ಕೊಡು
ಅಣ್ಣಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೂ ಬಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗೆದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು ಆಯ್ತಾ
ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಈಗ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಅದನ್ನ ಈಗ
ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಅದನ್ನ
ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ 1,250 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ?
ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನೀನೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹಾಂ, ಅದು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಸರಿ.
ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹೊಡೆಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು.
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು 3 ವರ್ಷ ತನಕ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಹೊಡಿತೀರಾ?
ಸರುತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ.